a couple hours don't take me, right? Like so and here's the thing too, and it's reverse as well. You never deny doing a generous impulse either. You feel me? Like I know I've had it before where somebody walks by, I want to say something and then I don't say it or some shit, and then I feel like, fuck, I should have said it, right? So, I'm working on that myself too. We always working on shit, man.
I
But
feel like
that's
we
what's
all
up.
got to be vulnerable. It's all about how you're vulnerable at certain points of, when it's for for the situation.
100%, 100%, man. You got to
Yeah.
allow yourself to kind of be nudged in the right direction sometimes too, you know? Yeah, we
I
got
ain't gonna
some more.
lie though, I'm nervous as fuck though.
Yo, you're not nervous, you're excited.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a
Yo,
fact. That's a
I don't
fact.
know if you know, but the same because all emotions is just a chemical reaction in your body, right? So the same chemical reaction that's going on when you're nervous is the same one that's going on when you're excited, right? You just have to think about it that way. You feel me? You define that shit.
Where are you, Crystal? Where are you going?
So Lorena is having a woman empowerment event today here in I think this is Winter Park. Don't give me the line because I just followed the GPS. But if I'm not mistaken, this is Winter Park. And one of the girls, she's a fitness she's called the
Oh yeah,
Warrior. She calls
she's
herself the
huge.
Warrior Queen. Yeah, what's
She's
her
huge.
name? Fabiana. I think it's
Yeah.
Fabiana or Fabian, if I'm mistaken. She's gonna be speaking there. It's just all about just like life and woman empowerment and life coaching and all that amazing stuff she was talking about the other day. And I just been watching her videos like crazy. So I am excited. I'm not nervous. It's exciting to meet more people, new people, different areas, different parts of their lives. And this is something I've always wanted to do and just kind of walk into these type of opportunities and building. So Patrick, I just want to say thank you for bringing her on because I know that's your fam and
Yeah.
I said, look at God. I'm just gonna take this opportunity. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
You got to, and she's definitely cool. Yo, like I mean, shit, we grew up together, man. You know what I'm saying? So she's solid. She's helped me out in many situations in my life too. So,
Hey,
you know,
is this the lady that it was family law?
yeah, family law. Yep.
What? And you
Yeah,
already at that event? That's what's up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah.
That's
What's
what's
up?
up.
Superstar Ann is in the building. Did I kick you out of the Zoom by coming in?
Yeah, but I did come back,
I
so
don't,
it's
I don't,
okay.
I don't know why it does that. Do I need to get like two users or some shit?
Yes, boss, we have to add one more user.
Okay, okay, okay. That's what's up. And we're recording already, right?
Yep, yep.
Cool, cool. We might as well get right into it, man. Look, so you already know this is the one we reading, right? And I don't I sometimes I read books different. Like I've read this book already, but I sometimes flip just the pages to see what lands on, and a lot of the times I get the message I needed, right? So this morning it was about obsession, and you guys know I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this, okay? I'm obsessed with this. That's why you see me all the time on here. But we'll go ahead and start with this page. It's champions are obsessed with productivity and results. You guys know me. You always hear me saying there's a difference between productivity and activity. And as a matter of fact, on yesterday's call with Jen, I was having a little bit of trouble identifying what was holding me back, but I figured it out, right? I realized I have systems in my business, but I don't have systems in my life, right? In my personal life. So, I'm like I said, we're always working on things, and sometimes we identify it as we go. All right, but champions are obsessed with productivity and results. Average performers think of work in terms of time invested on the job. World-class performers think of work in terms of overall productivity, output, and results. Think about that. When we put in work, we don't think about, okay, we put in this amount of time. We look at our results, right, people? Middle-class performers are far more concerned with what's for lunch than than with the productivity of the business day. Let's go ahead and mute these things. Right. So That's a difference in mindset, right? World-class performers tend to look at what are we going to accomplish today? Their bodies are at work, but their minds are elsewhere. Professional performers tend to work in jobs and businesses they love. As a result, thoughts of how to be more successful are always on their mind. Look, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm always, always, always thinking about how can I do this better? How can that be better? I don't look at what I've accomplished. I look at what's still left to be done. The great ones have to force themselves into non-work activities just to give their mind a chance to rest. That's me all day long. That's a lot of you guys all day long. I got Ann in my corner saying, "Hey, boss, go relax," right? Because sometimes I'm so obsessed with getting all of this right, being there for you guys, and continuing and obviously to expand this thing. Is it any wonder why the world class controls over 90% of the wealth in America? Only the people pros are competing with against are other pros. So think about it. The only people that pros are competing with are against other pros. A lot of times we'll be worried about what the next man is thinking, right? Worried about what they're saying, what they're saying. Meanwhile, the pros like, you think Michael Jordan cares what, the guy down the street is saying? He's looking at Kobe, right? The amateurs are no match for pros. How could they be? How can a person who is half engaged honestly expect to go head to head with one of the great ones? Nobody outworks us, guys. Nobody outworks us. Ain't nobody outworking me. I got to keep up with Ann because I know Ann's trying to outwork me. She's trying to outwork everybody. Look, you have to put in the work, but when you're doing what you love to do, it doesn't matter. And listen, I don't love credit repair. But I love helping people. You can always find something that you love within what you're doing. How can a person who is half engaged honestly expect to go head to head with the great ones? They can't, and they don't, which is why middle class performers will always live middle class existences. Don't misunderstand. They have the intelligence, the talent, and the ability to go pro, but they usually lack the will. Will. Okay, will, guys. That's the want to do something by any means necessary, no matter how you feel. And I find what fuels my will is the overall all end goal, okay? The impact that we make. Meanwhile, the great ones are most sought after group of business leaders in the world. They are welcome in any organization during good times and bad. The world class has an open ticket anywhere they want to go because they are obsessed with increasing productivity and achieving results. Guys, that's the secret to everything. Okay. A lot of you guys are entrepreneurs here, right? Like you got to be obsessed with what you're doing. You have to always look further than today. Like I always tell people, I exist right now, but I live in the future. I'm already thinking of problems that might be 10 steps ahead. I'm thinking of opportunities 10 steps ahead. That's why I can recognize them when they're right in front of me. Sometimes a lot of people live in the past, which is why they can't see the present moment and the opportunities that they have right in front of them. When you realize every moment's an opportunity, you'll find the opportunity in every moment. I get that through obsession. And I was telling Jen last night, it was hard for me to put it in words. I'm like, man, but I love this shit. Yeah, systems all day, but I love this shit, right? Hey, but don't get it twisted. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. And here's the thing. You define what sacrifice is. Most people, when you hear the word sacrifice, it sounds like something negative. But to me, if you really get down to the root to it, all a sacrifice is an exchange of something of lesser value for something of greater value. Some of y'all won't sacrifice the time to get ahead, right? Sacrifice the money. But when you look at it in terms that all you're doing is trading something of lesser value for something of greater value, who wouldn't want to do that? Right? Who wouldn't want to sacrifice? I look at things as an investment. But what's up now? So I need y'all to talk to me, man. Share your wins, share your losses, share your opportunities, whatever it is. I want to hear from y'all. Who's up first? You know how I work too. If nobody speaks up, I'm gonna start picking on y'all.
I gotta win.
Talk to me.
I'm here now.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, but I definitely so sorry, I'm putting my lip stuff on.
No.
So yesterday I didn't know how never knew how to work Zoom, how to schedule like a call or anything with someone. I actually
Mhm.
set up two new Zooms this week to connect with two different realtor companies. So that's a super win for me because I see how productive they are and I advise like I told them how productive they are now and I'm loving what they're doing. So even just being on Zoom with you guys yesterday and you consistently using Zoom, I said, you know what? I just got to start using Zoom and implement into my business. And that's a super one for me because I've never used Zoom before other than outside of my 9 to 5 job. So I feel like
That's
that's a
fire.
great win for me.
No, that is, and record your conversations too, right? You could always make clips of
Oh,
it.
I didn't think about that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
You can make content over that. And then guess what? It feels good to go back on your shit sometimes and be like, damn, I remember that day and I was going through that at that time and look at where I'm at now, right? So, it's crucial to and everybody should be documenting parts of their life, right? Like literally use social media as like a photo album of your life. It's like and it's also your resume, people. You feel me? That's what's up. So look, Crystal, to be super productive today, right? You're gonna be around a bunch of high level people, just like yourself. Make connections. Let them know what you do. You feel me?
No, yeah, definitely. I think that's the part I'm nervous, so and overthinking and pretty much feel like I have to be anything other than myself. So I just remind myself every moment I just need to be myself.
No, 100%. Here's the thing with overthinking. That falls back into the activity category. Execution is productivity, right? Like I would rather go in, start doing something, fuck it up, and then realize I fucked it up and then be able to not fuck it up again. Instead of sitting there thinking a million different ways on how to do it and then never do it, right? So get straight to it, guys. Like today is a day to get straight to it. Anything that you feel you've been slacking on, get right to it. All right, who's next?
I feel like I have two wins.
Talk to me.
Okay. So, um, so one of my wins is that I don't know if my camera is like upside down. Okay. One of my wins is that this weekend, I was blessed to be a part of the Tax and Business Summit hosted by Rosie. She's like a service bureau that's really huge in the tax community. Um, I've met so many people and of course had a lot of fun just the access and being around them and they believe in you so much and the thing is they tell you like you're almost like one system or one connection away from being where you want to be, like being a millionaire or being very wealthy. You just like one system or one connection away, and it's always good to invest in yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to invest in yourself to get somewhere. Now, I'm not saying that we have to like just give our last, but of course, whenever we like make sure that we get to that point, we have to make a decision to always like reinvest in yourself so that you can get to the level that you want to be. Another thing that I also took from there is that um I was like making a connection with the waitress. She was there. She was like looking around. And me, I'm always like a pourer and a giver. So if I see somebody that looks like curious, I'm mysterious, I'm kind of like, inform them on what's going on. And I told her like, yeah, these are very wealthy people in here, and they grew this from wealth and other business. I mean, from tax and other businesses. And she was interested, and I actually gave her my number, and she texted me. And so I got with my tax mentor, and I was telling her, this is my first year in taxes, but I have a lot of people that's interested. And though I'm a good leader, I'm still learning about taxes. So is there a way that you can make adjustments for me to build a team without becoming like an ERO. And she was like, we can build your team and we can train your team and your whole team can be on there with us. So she's having like building me a team of people that I have close to me
Mhm.
to help them learn while I'm learning so
Right.
that at one point I'll be ready to transition into like, a ERO and service bureau. But my second win, it doesn't really sound like a win, but it is a win for me. I was working with mortgage lender, two mortgage lenders, and they have like I think one of the guys is actually his uncle. So the mortgage lender is the uncle and the nephew, they have the same name. They were wanting to work with me, and how they came to me is I had a set price. They paid the set price, $749, but they weren't actually looking for the services that I provide. They actually were looking for me to do some other thing. But in the meantime, I still did what my services offer, which is repairing through factual dispute letters and everything. But I hesitated and I didn't do it until a week later, but I still did it because it just kept like resonating with me like the right thing to do, just dispute for that person because that person's not sure what they really want. But what the person really wanted from me was the person was being sued and he has like all of these accounts being sued, whatever, and he settled a whole bunch of accounts. And they called me and expected me to be a negotiator on his behalf for that specific price, which is at some point, Patrick helped me understand like your worth. Whenever you start doing something for someone, you realize how much it's worth because they want you to like drain all your energy and they don't want to do the service. So my win out of the whole thing is push came to shove, they didn't have patience. The person didn't want to help, and they were asking me to like jeopardize my integrity and pretty much do FTC and stuff like that, and rushing me and wanting me to work very fast because he was trying to close under 30 days because his lease is up. And me, I'm gonna say, when I was closing on my house or trying to close on my house and my lease was up, I did month to month. So I'm trying to understand, it's either you're gonna settle or pay month to month. You have to pay something, and the client just really didn't want to like comply. So I did this huge thing. Once I thought it was gonna be a huge connection for me, I let it go. And I gave him a partial refund. So that
Yeah.
felt good. That felt like a huge win to me because I would never like jeopardize my whole business and my whole integrity just for someone who's in a rush and someone who definitely didn't pay the price for the rush.
Yeah.
Um
No, fuck
but
that.
also, like just making me feel rushed and uncomfortable. I have other clients, my whole business going on and they wanted me to pour my whole time for that price. So I definitely learned my worth in that whole process and I ain't doing no shit like that again.
Yeah, no, good. Look, here's the thing. Like your standards are always going to be your ceiling. So whatever you're willing to accept is going to be as high as you're going to go. Okay, so if you're willing to accept people taking advantage of you, that's going to be as high as you'll ever go, right? But when my man Kev, yo, listen, yeah, and here's the thing, like if you're not willing to accept certain shit, guess what? Now that's below you. Now you're standing on top of that. You feel
Ex-
me?
Exactly. And the
Yeah.
communication was so bad that the one that was being more aggressive, he was like, okay, well, that's not what we talked about. And he was trying to like get a little sideways. And the other person was like, whoa, 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 wait. I said, not too late. Gave the refund. Can't help
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Wish
You know
y'all luck.
what? Money don't mean shit.
I
Money
was
don't
like,
mean shit.
he
Like,
was
yo,
trying to, he was trying to return. I said, unfortunately, I already gave the refund. I wish you
yeah.
guys luck.
Yeah, nah, you know what? Forget that. They ain't worth the time. But no, that's a super win. And like you said in the beginning, you're one connection away from possibly changing your entire life. You feel me? So the fact that you recognize that girl with that look in her eye, look, once again, that lead goes back to recognizing every moment's an opportunity. You saw her, you recognized something, you talked to her. That led you to ask somebody else a question, which now led to you getting a team built for you, right? So once again, you don't deny that generous impulse. You felt compelled to go talk to her, right? And you did. You feel me? So that's gonna lead to something great. Always does. It always does. But
Right.
yeah,
And I think she's going to be very valuable. And let me tell you why. Because I was in Miami and she looked like she was of Spanish descent. So that's like a huge win because you need someone who is like fluent in Spanish or other languages in your business. So
Straight
I
up.
I truly felt like that was a huge win. Like I'm ready for her. I'm ready for her to like, change. She texted me because she's obviously looking for a change as well. So I'm
Yeah, no, look,
excited.
and those are the kind of people you want.
Right.
Sometimes the people who don't ask for nothing deserve it the most.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
but look, who's next, man? AJ, what's up, dog? You're next. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, how you doing? I don't know if this microphone works.
Yeah, you
Uh,
on, you on.
Yeah, so first off, yeah, just showing up. I've just been getting back in order physically, getting my push-ups back up, my dips, mentally back. Just been making sure I've been launching a couple things. So I missed some meetings, so mentally I was like, I just been going through the rules that you talked about, but just holding myself accountable. So first step is just getting started back here and starting to implement daily steps to be part of what you guys doing. Because also you mentioned realtors, and with credit, I really want to be working, coaching, working with realtors, so credit just makes sense for me. But but yeah, as far as victories is really mentally for me right now, taking steps and getting back in action.
Yeah, no, that's huge. We all got to check ourselves every once in a while, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I do it like fucking on the hour by the hour. Like what am I doing? Like what and the busier you get, the more you have to do it. But then it's also like you end up having that voice in your head, like, hold on, is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to my desired outcome? You feel me? That's like, and back to the whole obsession thing, like I got tunnel vision like crazy right now. And look, I've had it before in my life and it dwindled down, got it back, dwindled down. But y'all have to have a reason why you're doing something, right? Beyond yourself. You feel me? Like you have to have that reason beyond yourself. Sometimes you have to dig for that shit. Sometimes that shit ain't just right there for you to spot it out. Yo, look, I honestly, I found my new um I guess obsession. It just was just by helping people. And the more people I help, yo, look, the more opportunities just started coming my way. So if y'all don't know what to do, just start helping the next person. Literally, literally, that's all you got to do, and things just start unraveling for you, brother. If you feel stuck for any kind of way, you have to move past yourself. You have to give what you want. You feel me? You have to be the person that you need. You know what I'm saying? So if you need something in your life, you have to begin to be that shit, you know?
And just to add on, yeah, I think I'm clear. I mean, I think it's really about cutting off. I was going through that list you sent me, but going through your phone numbers, your circle, the people you're around, everything that enters your mind, your foods, reflecting on everything. It's like this is a hard reset for me. So I got to really reflect on everything, like I said, even getting on camera wasn't something, but it's like I got to make a habit of doing it. It's simple, but I'll tell you, psychologically, it's been shown that you just change a couple of habits a day and you make a note of it. One habit actually, and
Yeah.
that alone will increase your self-esteem and increase your confidence. So people try to do too much, but they say psychologically every day you should write two things that you improved that day and one thing that you didn't do right. That's the right way. But sometimes people are too hard on themselves. Sometimes people congratulate themselves too much. So that's the right balance. Hopefully that helps. I just want to
Yeah,
talk.
that shit that makes sense, bro. Like a good balance in between. Like, um, I probably don't congratulate myself too much. I feel good, right? That to me is like congratulations. At the end of the day, when I lay my head down, I don't even lay my head down. I fall down on my bed, pretty much, like in exhaustion. That to me is my prize. Like I'm grateful for the life I was given that day. I exhausted myself. I left it all out that day. You feel me? So when I hit the bed and I'm like, I can sleep at night if I know I gave it my 100%. That to me is my congratulations, right? So that's dope that you're doing that. And what he mentioned is a hard reset. Like literally, you have to do that sometimes. It's not more about what you add on to your life. It's more about what you replace. The dirty food, replace it with clean food. The Netflix, replace it with the gym. Right? The devices, replace it with and a vice could be anything. It could be smoking cigarettes. It could be procrastination. It could be going out to the like anything. Replace it with a positive habit. Work out or something, right? Like it's not about what you add on into your life. It's about how what you replace things with. You feel me? Like literally. Sometimes you have to replace sleep with work, being comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Like I know Crystal, look, she mentioned she's like, yo, shit, I'm kind of nervous and shit. She traded her comfortable feeling for one of uncomfortable, but I guarantee you, she's walking out today with a ton of new connections, re-energized, and ready to take on the world. Guaranteed. You feel me? So anything that you do not want to do or you're scared to do is
Right,
typically
right. No.
it's typically the thing that you're supposed to do. You know, and sometimes you just have to ask yourself, and yourself will always tell you the right answer. It's never going to be a soft, easy answer. It's going to be like, huh, wake your ass up. You've been slacking on this. Go do that. Right? That's the voice you need to listen to. But sometimes we're so weak. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel bad for myself. Yeah. How about fuck that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, so when these negative thoughts and ideas start coming into your head, just like say fuck that. That's what I do. Fuck it. Straight up. Coach Nina is talking about, yeah, facts. 100%. 100%. Coach Nina's one of them ones too. She's on that whole, you know, self, and here's the thing, self-development is development in every aspect of your life, people. And like AJ just said, and I'll send this to anybody who wants it. Shoot me a DM. I'll send you the first page of my book that it's damn near almost done. But you have to have a breakdown so you can build back up. There's no other way to do it. You cannot build a brand new version of yourself on top of your old self. It's impossible. That's like trying to walk left and trying to walk right at the same time. Nah, you ain't going nowhere. You're gonna be wobbling around in the middle, looking foolish and shit. You feel me? So for me, it was mentally stop listening to the music that I was listening to. I don't care how much I'll listen to the instrumental, okay? But when you talk about killing and fuck bitches and drugs and popping pills, guess where that's going? Straight into your head, right? The food. I replaced food that I knew, yeah, it tasted good, but guess what? I replaced that with things that actually would heal my body. And it did. And then guess what? That food that used to taste good now tastes like shit, right? Spiritually, I stopped hanging around with people who even had bad vibes. We all know those people. They always see the negative things in life. I only hang around people who find the positive in everything, even in their most detrimental moments. And financially too. Like shit. Sometimes sometimes it's okay to spend, but sometimes it's okay to there's a difference between spending and investing. Sometimes we'll throw money at a problem thinking we're investing, but really we're spending and we're avoiding the problem. I know I've done that plenty of times in my business. I throw money at my business thinking it's going to solve a problem, but all I'm really doing is kind of masking that problem for the time being. Oh, I put money in it. That fixed it. No, it required my attention. You feel me? So all y'all have to do is look at things and be like, okay, doing the complete opposite. And here's the thing. Once you, like AJ said, once you got one positive habit down, they start to transition into the rest of your life. You start to not accept certain things. Just like Atiana said, she's like, I ain't accepting this behavior. Even accepting behavior could be a habit. You see these people that accept the bad relationship all the time, right? Accept negative talk being thrown on them, being blamed for everything. You feel me? But yo, that goes back to the whole obsession thing. I'm obsessed with being the best version of myself. I got a picture of myself in my head. The motherfucker's jacked as fuck, right? He's got like 5 houses all around the world. Family man like a motherfucker. Like, of course the bank account. All his people love him, right? That's the vision I see in my head, and I'm gonna continue to become that. But you have to be it for it to come. Become. Be it for it to come. You want to be a great leader? Begin being a great leader. How? By fucking being a great leader. Simple as that. No overthinking. You want to be healthy? Begin by being healthy, by eating better, by taking a walk, right? You want to be smarter? Become it by fucking reading books, watching fucking instructional shit. You feel me? It's easy though. And look, you will become obsessed with it. I got a library of books. People be like, "Oh shit, I am smart. I am." But it's also because I've been reading, for years. And once I've read one book, it opened up a whole new universe for me. Like, wow. You begin to think differently from different perspectives. And once you have uh a multitude of perspectives, you can now begin to choose which one you want instead of moving off the one that you've been programmed to use. Most of us been programmed. That's why I say mind reset. Yo, AJ, that's why it's a mind reset. Sometimes we programmed ourselves. So before you take on the mindset, you have to do a mind reset. And that goes by auditing everything in your life, guys. Everything, everything, everything. By doing the uncomfortable shit, by facing the uncomfortable truth, like congratulating yourself, but also, like he said, not congratulating yourself, pointing out your weaknesses. I don't care how somebody tells me, "Oh, yeah, you're looking great." I'd be like, "Yeah, but you know what? Right here, my obliques is still kind of, when I put the mirror in the back, I see it." It's okay to be happily dissatisfied. It's okay. That's where development and self-improvement resides. By being honest to yourself, by being obsessed with that. Coach Nina.
I bet you say she always got something to say.
No, I love it. I love it. I love to listen.
Uh, okay, so I do want to talk about my wins for this past week. So my goal was to get 20 new credit repair clients. I got 23. I had 17 of day and I had some people to sign up. I got 23 and I got a call today at 12. So we're gonna do 24. So I'm gonna set another goal for 30 because I still got a couple of more days in this month.
Make it 40.
I want to
Yo,
so bad, but that's my goal for next month.
no, 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 no. Make it 40. And I'll tell you, Dr. Tiff will tell you, I always say, you always get what you ask for.
Yeah.
Ask for more.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
There ain't nothing wrong with
Yes.
that. You want 20? Ask for 40.
Yep. So I'm excited about that.
That's
And
awesome.
I was telling you that it's just everything just been coming at me like a whirlwind in a good way. I had 3 new EROs to sign up with ETP Solutions. And I wanted to tell the young lady that was on earlier and she was talking about, starting a team, but she wanted to bring them on to learn with her. What I want to tell you, just from speaking from experience as a tax professional, I'm a service bureau. Never be scared to start your team and have a team while you're still learning, because that's the only way as a tax professional that you're going to make 6 figures, 7 figures. You get what I'm saying? So you want to start with your team. It don't matter what you don't know, because you're going to be learning in the process, but never make them think that you don't know what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Don't be scared to say, no, I want to go ahead and be an ERO, because that's how you're going to make money. Being a tax professional, you limit yourself just because you just have your own clients. But when you have a team that's working, you're making money off your team plus your clients. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to give her that piece of advice. Like, don't be scared to step out and become an ERO, because it's only going to be beneficial to you, whether you got one person working with you or 10 people working with you. You still getting that money too off of off your team. So don't be scared to do that.
Mhm.
And
Yo, and
That's
y'all connect. Atiana, she's part of the team. Coach Nina, y'all, we're on the team. So look, y'all
Yeah,
connected.
and don't let nobody like, trick you to say don't start you a team because they're gonna get your people and they're gonna be making money off of your people. You get what I'm saying? So and them could have been that could have been your team. And when you ready to start your team, they can, persuade people not to go with you. And I ain't saying that may happen, but it happens all the time. I see it all the time. I
And
encourage go ahead.
no, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I encourage all of my girls to start a team, especially if they've been with me 3 years or more. Do not be scared to start a team because that's how you're going to hit six figures. I know a lot of people here all the time. You can make six figures in 90 days as tax preparation. Absolutely, you can, but you can't do it by yourself. You got to have a team of tax professionals working under you to hit that goal. I never made six figures being a regular tax professional. I didn't start making six figures, seven figures until I had a team. You get what I'm saying? So don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared to
Yeah.
do that.
No, that's
Um,
fire. That's fire. And
and
sometimes you'll never learn how to lead unless you got a team. Right?
Yes,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. The mistakes gonna come, but that's how you learn. Don't never be scared to take your business to the next level by any means, And the moment I started my team, like that was the best decision. I seen more money that I've ever seen doing taxes before. Because if you don't have a team, that means you're part of somebody else's team and they're taking some of your money. You get what I'm saying? So when you have your own team, you get 100% of all your clients, plus you're getting some money from your team's clients. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I want you to focus on. Don't be scared to start that team, whether you got 2 people or 20 people. Don't be scared. And I'm about to be quiet. One more win.
no, it's okay.
Becoming becoming her academy, my 30-day reset, mind, body, finances. We taking off right now. I'm so happy school is doing good.
Fire, fire, fire. Yo, and Coach Nina is one of them ones we talked like what, like maybe a month and a half ago. Like we met at the
Yes.
convention, and then she, we got on board. And yo, it's been up ever since. But she said something that stood out to me, guys. And when you listening to people, really try to absorb what they're
Mm-hmm.
saying. She said, by any means necessary. Now, she said it so casually, right? But sometimes all you have to do is just listen to things that resonate with you within the sentence. She said, by any means necessary. You know how powerful that is? That's true obsession, right? That's true obsession. She said, by any means necessary. Anything I've ever accomplished in my life, those words were in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
like, look, they would have to, I used to say, you're gonna have to drag me out in a body bag before I don't reach that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like straight up, by any means necessary. And by any means necessary, it sounds like aggressive, but you could do it nice and smooth. Or you could
Aggression
be,
wins. Be aggressive.
yeah, or you could be aggressive. Like, let's be real. You could be, sometimes a threat is more impactful when it's whispered too,
Mm-hmm.
right? So look, here's the thing. You could be aggressive in the way you move. And by any means necessary. By any means necessary. Most of us are entrepreneurs in here. Some of us are making the transition from a job to entrepreneurship. Some of us are questioning ourselves like, oh my God, is this even the right decision? Yes, it is. It is. I mean, it came into your head, guys. It came into your head as a blessing. Okay? You had that attraction towards being an entrepreneur because it was given to you. It's part of your path. Now, are you gonna fuck up? Yes. I don't know one entrepreneur who ain't lose it all. I don't know one. Raise your hand if you made $1 million and not lost a half a million at least. You know what I'm saying?
Patrick, I lost it all based off of who I was around. And we was talking about this last night. I was everyone's savior without a savior. Like,
Mhm.
and that stuck with me last night too, because that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I literally lost so much money because I'm trying to fund everybody else's lifestyle because I'm a giver. I'm just
It
like
was,
you.
look, it had to happen though. Here's the
Yep.
thing. You're empathetic, right? So you feel people's emotions and you want to help them out. So you feel it and you feel better when they feel better. You
Hmm.
had to learn that part of being an empath, right? But now you learn the next level, which is maybe the best help I can give that person is no help,
No help. No help.
right? But here's
Hmm.
the thing. Now you're still helping them.
Hmm.
You feel me? So you're still getting it, you're still accomplishing your goal. That's why some people will be like, oh, fuck, Patrick's an asshole. And then the next person will be like, man, I love him. He's the best. Right? Regardless of how you did it, your goal was accomplished. You helped that person. I've been there too. Look, I done helped everybody around me. And this is when I was laid up with a broken back in bed for years. I was still taking care of like 15 people. And I would just sit there in my bed, like money going out, money going out, money going out. Everybody else is cool. Then they're bickering again. Money going out, money going out. And then finally when I'm like, yo, shit is going bad right now. It's almost like, I almost was looked at like, oh, you're being weak or some shit. Like, are you weak? Like, the people don't expect you to ever have a dip. You feel me? Only because you don't show it. But hey, and let's be real, usually it's a money dip, guys, for the most part. If it's not nothing family related, the next one is the money. When the money goes, shit, that shit is, your mind starts fucking with you, your emotions start fucking with you, right? I've been there too. But it was the moment when I did a quick little, I said, let me tell you, things started changing. Yeah, it was a rough, maybe 6 months, year. But yo, after that whole period, it's like washed away, gave room for the new opportunities to grow, straight up. And the crazy part is now it's crazy. What people used to ask from me, now it's given to me. It's given to me in abundance, right? So imagine these people that you help, and imagine they tenfold gave you back all the help that you've given them. That's what's happening to me right now. With what I could say were that now you guys are family, but before it was a bunch of strangers. When I went to helping friends and family, it was like my efforts would always hit that brick wall. But now I give and I get rained on, which is why I ain't stopping doing this shit. It just
Let's
feels too damn
go.
it feels too damn good. You know what's up, Atiana. You feel me? So look, y'all, look, when you're in doubt, that's that's the time for you to solidify what it is that you want to do. I talk to too many people a day. I could feel y'all through the screens sometimes. So like most of the time, people walking on the tightrope, like, oh fuck, I'm doing something wrong or I ain't getting clients. Yeah, good, good. Me and Ann was talk. Ann is super like attentive, right? Because we were talking yesterday, and I said something like, you know, um, sometimes when you're not busy, that's the time that you've been given to work on your business. She tells me that last night. Where I'm like, she tells me you need a break. I'm like, damn, I need to do more, right? And she's like, well, we got the time now to keep working on the systems. You feel me? Like I was telling Kev, I haven't had a new client in fucking a couple weeks, but that gave me the time to focus on my systems. Imagine having a million clients and a million systems. Your system your entire infrastructure will crumble. So when you guys seem to have nothing going on, that's the moment you've been given to strengthen yourself. But you have a choice. You could be swimming in a sea of despair, or you could be like, this is my time to build, right? Juan, what's up, brother?
Yo, 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 what up? Good morning.
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. So I got a little win I want to share. So
Talk to
last
me.
week, I went to the Chamber of Commerce, right? They had a little gathering there, coffee and conversation, they called it. And it was a good experience. I didn't expect it. And I had this banker approach me. I passed out my cards, right? And this banker approached me, and he's like, "Man, I was wondering who this was, trying to figure out who this was. That I need somebody who's doing credit repair because we struggle with this and this and that. I've been trying to find somebody in the community, and I'm the only one in the community right now that if you look up Google, which is a good thing. But to me, I never heard of a banker relationship, so I kind of wanted to get like a insight. Is that a realistic affiliate? You know what
You
I
tell
mean?
me.
Like I mean, it sounds like the fact that he approached me, you know what I mean, and saying that he needs it, obviously, right? But you
Who
hear
wants
mortgage brokers,
realistic?
Hell yeah,
huh?
these people
Who
need
wants
loans.
realistic? Listen, who wants yeah, like I tell you honestly, like look, who wants realistic? I want supernatural, bro.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
unrealistic. Like,
He got
yeah,
the money and they need the credit.
yo, let me tell you, when
yeah.
people want money, where do they go?
To the bank.
Okay, you
Yeah,
answered your own question, my brother.
yeah.
Look,
So
it's
that's
go
huh?
ahead.
So that's what I'm excited about. What he wants to do is have me go in there and share a little bit of what I do, which is what I'm going to be lining up here within the next couple of days. And I'm thinking. I mean, I'm kind of trying to put something together so that I can show him a little some of the results that I've been getting, and like how I go about the process, and stuff like that. And I guess I kind of just been brainstorming on what to do. I always tell you, it's uncharted territory for me. You know
Good,
my story a little bit, and so
good.
like that's a fucking win for me right now. I just like Crystal
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
saying,
No,
I
no,
was
look,
nervous, but no, I'm excited.
you're excited. Yo, bro, let me tell you something. Uncharted territory is where you find your fucking new life. That's where you find new opportunities. Going down the same path is where where the comfort zone is and all that shit. Uncharted territory, bro. Fucking who was that fucking the guy that fucking Christopher Columbus and shit. He's fucking famous for fucking traveling through uncharted territories, right? Like, look, bro, that's your thing. So here's the thing, bro. Like, fuck realistic, man. Fuck realistic. Like people when they tell I wouldn't let nobody tell my kids to be realistic. Don't insult my children like that. And don't ever insult me. You feel me? That's how you gotta think. You feel me? Remove that word realistic. I create my world. You feel me? Like think about it. You think Elon Musk, well, Elon Musk was like, I'm gonna go to the moon. Fuck it. The fucking Wright brothers who
Yeah,
fucking flew a plane. Yep, we're gonna build a fucking thing that flies in the air. Fuck it. And why everybody's telling them they're crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You got to
yeah.
be crazy, bro. You have to be
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
So look, I'm
Definitely
gonna tell
that.
you what I'm gonna tell you what to do. Off, put your money where your mouth is with them. Be like, hey, look, I'll give you the first free client. I ain't even got to talk too much. I'll show you.
Ooh,
I'll show you
yeah.
how I work. You feel me?
Yep, 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 yep.
You could talk all day long and it sounds good, right? But when you got proof behind it, that's confidence right there. How about this? Give me a couple of your worst clients. This is how I approach people. Give me a couple of your worst clients. I'll do them for free. And hey, if I'll send them back to you. If they qualify, well, now everybody's happy. If they don't, well, they're in the same position they were to begin with, right? So there you go. That's huge, bro. Dr. Tiff
Oh
knows
yeah.
about that about bankers. She deals with bankers all the time. Jetta, I don't know if she's in here. She does the same shit. She'll bring donuts to the bank.
Yep, that's what
Yo,
I was thinking about doing too.
do that shit. Do whatever you
You
feel like
saw
doing,
that.
but just don't make it too damn fucking professional, bro. You understand?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I
no,
would say.
because
Just
this
be
guy's
real.
cool. He's cool to talk to me in Spanish and everything, and then like they're slanging and back and forth. So like I'm just going off their vibe, you know what I mean? I'm just following their
Here's
vibe, so I can
you
boom,
gotta you
go
gotta
off.
you gotta be obsessed. That's back to the topic of obsession. You got his card?
Yep, got his
The
card and
very first
everything.
thing
Got
I
the
would
number.
do is look him up. I'm going through his social media. I'm going through his Instagram. I'm Googling him. I'm going on LinkedIn, seeing what bro, I'm gonna know him before he even knows who I am. I'm gonna know how many kids he got, what's his favorite fucking basketball team, where he was born, how long he's been with the company, what color he likes. I'm gonna know all of it. I'm gonna know his wife's name. before I ever even like have that meeting for real, bro. But
God
that's just
damn.
because I'm like, I'm gonna strike up rapport with this guy. If I want to do business with him, I gotta think about it. And even if they knew you were doing that, how like in depth is that, right? Like uh, to have somebody be like, yeah, I know what you need. How do you know? Well, shit, I studied you for the past week. And is that type? And is that type? She did that to me, and next thing you know, she's running everything, right? Do that with the people who you want to do business with all the time. I used to do that when I'm buying real estate. I'm looking up the owner. I'm doing all that shit. I'm digging first. You feel me? So good job on that, bro. That is a win.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, hell yeah. Stretch that shit out, bro. Make it work for you. And fuck realistic. That's another profanity word, and we do not use profanity in here.
Understood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, who's next, man? Who got something they want to share? Questions, whatever. Man, I know my man Will. He's driving right now, but I know he always got I know he got something to say.
What up, what up, what up? Peace and blessings, family. How y'all?
Phenomenal, brother. How you doing?
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Yo, every day above ground is a blessing, man. It's an opportunity to get your affairs in order. You know, there are people that pray for the challenges that we have in life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we find ourselves complaining about certain things or doubting or fearing or being insecure. And it's just light and a reminder that we're meant to shine, we're meant to grow, we're meant to reach a certain destination. You know, our future self right now is calling upon us. When you be going through stuff, when you be thinking about something so much, when you be wanting something so much, when something be on your mind, you just can't get it out. That's your future self. So that's a win for me I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I kind of fell off the wagon and being able to connect with Coach Patrick and jumping on these calls have been a real big blessing to get back to a solid ass community of real people and sincerity and genuineness. So I want to take the time to extend my gratitude to each and every one of you that take the time out to make it to these calls, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Your presence alone vibrates my whole spirit. Again, just thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for letting me to build with y'all.
Nah, of
Appreciate it.
course, man. Nah, yeah,
Love.
yeah, straight up. And yo, you hear what he said, man? He's like, y'all's energy fuels him. If y'all had bad energy, it would also affect him. If he let it, of course, right? That just shows you like you have to be mindful of what you accept. Just like Atiana said. She said, I ain't dealing with that shit. And look, she had called me when she met these people. She was excited to work with these people. And I was on the phone with her for an hour or so, trying to talk to her and coach her through how to deal with these people, right? Because it seemed to be a solid connect. But she's like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this disrespect. I'm not dealing with these people pushing me around, thinking that I work for them like that. Nah. She didn't accept it, and she said, fuck that, right? Which is powerful. That letting go of things that ain't working for you is super, super powerful. She's obsessed with her vision right now. Because anybody else would have been like, oh fuck, it might be a good opportunity and 750 per client. But she's like, man, forget about all that. I'm gonna stick with my vision. If it ain't aligned with my vision, it got to go. Who else we got?
I'll go ahead and go. So remember I believe a couple weeks ago, I told you that I'm gonna go to the dealership.
Yeah, Reggie. What's
And
up, my
instead of
brother?
him bringing me clients, he actually wanted me to fix his credit to get funding
Mm,
and help him to get financing for customers.
that's fucking fire.
So it's amazing. And he actually generates a lot of money annually. So hopefully we can get big one and make a testimonial as well.
Hopefully is a bad word, my brother.
You're right. Actually, I'm gonna do it. That's why I got
Yeah,
stuff.
profanity. Yo,
You're
that's
right. You're
fire.
right.
Yeah, Reggie hit me up. He's like, yo, I'm about to go to this dealership. And that's fire. Look, you walked out with a funding a client plus future work. That's
Yes, sir.
fire. That's dope. Tell these people how old you are.
18.
18.
What? Let's go.
Yo, and he was at the convention, CRC convention. He was all dipping in and out everywhere. He got that hunger. It's safe to say my man is obsessed right now with something.
Yeah, I had to. I had to chase a dream. I use all my money. Lose
He
my
lit.
last dollar.
Say that again.
I use all my money, my last dollar. So I
For
had
what?
to make it work.
What's my shirt?
Hey, let me butt in 1 second because I'm calling both of my two teenagers and adolescent right now. I ain't gonna put them on camera, but I just want them just to stand right here. Reggie and Pat, please ask him that question again. Please just repeat your win, and Pat, ask him his age. Just say that for me. I just want him to hear
How old are you, brother Reggie?
18.
whatever you just accomplished with your affiliates.
For my affiliates, I went to 2 dealerships. Instead of them bringing me clients, they want me to fix their credit to get funding.
Oh boy.
Yo, and listen, but okay,
Top of
this
the food
vision that you
chain.
have in
Top
your
of the
head.
food chain.
Yeah. Yo, straight up, this vision that you had in your head, how much did you invest into it? Without a dollar amount, a percentage of what you have.
Everything.
Everything, people. How many of us can say we've dropped it all on what
All
we
of
wanted?
it. All of it.
You have to have that mindset. Yo, brother, what made you drop all of it on your dream?
To change my life. I had to do this or going back to the same hole. You need to
Look at
want to change.
a decision, a straight up decision. That's a man right there. I don't even look at his age. Yo, bro, you
Appreciate
keep
it.
that going. Let's talk in a year. Let's see where you're at. We're gonna replay this video a year from now, and you're gonna speak on it all over again.
Well,
Okay?
definitely, that's my goal. That's my
Yeah.
goal. Get that plaque. Not even about the plaque. It's more about inspiring people that as long as you put the effort in it and you actually want to do it, you can make it happen.
Yo, bro, is okay. Let me ask you this: is that simple or hard to do?
It is gonna be hard at the beginning, but then once you get the momentum, like you said, it's gonna get easier.
Was the decision simple or hard?
It was most definitely hard because it's like you going out your uncomfort zone, but you need to learn how to be uncomfortable. That's what I learned from doing boxing and everything. I learned how to be uncomfortable.
Look,
Patrick,
Tasha.
hey, can you repeat
Coach
what you just said, Reggie? I got my son here listening. I want him to hear.
Reggie's in the building.
Well, I had to learn how to be uncomfortable. In order for me to be in a position, you need to learn how to be uncomfortable. It sucks. It is hard at first, but then it gets easier over time. It's just like I do boxing, so I had to learn how to be uncomfortable in it in order to get better and better.
And how
Yeah.
old are you again?
18.
And what are you doing? As far as what you're doing right now, how what did you give?
Would I what?
What did you give? How much money did you put it to invest in this?
Everything. I don't even got a dollar in my name right now. Every client I'm going to is going back.
Yo, yo, that's so beautiful.
What?
Because
Hey,
only,
now.
yo, straight up, yeah.
Patrick. You muted, Patrick.
There we go. Fuck. Ann said, no, enough of you talking. Yo, look, here's the thing. Yo, you know how much, okay, Reggie done hacked the matrix, okay? Because he went into expectation mode. He doesn't believe in himself. He surpassed knowing himself and his capabilities. He's expecting the great shit to happen now. That's why he can confidently say, I'll put it all on the line. And I guarantee you, he will do it over and over and over again until he's right where he wants to be. And when he gets to where he wants to be, he's going to look around and be like, who's coming with me? And as he's getting to where he wants to be, he's going to be like, who's coming with me? We got to keep an eye on Reggie, y'all. We got to be like, yo, we knew his ass. That's fire. That's fire. Yo, proud of you, dog. Proud of you. I was 18. I was still getting locked up and shit.
Appreciate it.
I just started my life of fucking negativity at that point. That's what's up,
Appreciate
dog.
it.
Keep
Appreciate
inspiring
it.
people, bro. You're inspiring grown-ups, bro. You heard? Don't never, yo, here's the thing. Flaunt your age, right? But never look at somebody else's age like it's never look at their age like if they have any superior level above you. Okay? It's in here and it's in here. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So take that and run with it. Don't get intimidated by anybody if they're older. Don't get intimidated by anybody of their status, right? If
Yeah.
anything, absorb that shit and use it.
Yeah. There's even a lot of people that be looking at me crazy when I walk into these dealerships and everything, but I go to every dealership. I told myself I'm going to every dealership. Because no matter what, they decline me now, they ain't gonna decline me later.
Here's the thing, you are crazy. Okay? Because who wants to be normal?
Correct.
I'd rather be crazy. Look at me like I'm crazy good. That means I'm doing my job. You feel me?
Yeah.
And think about it. You just said the word decline. Their clients are the ones getting declined. They need your ass.
Yeah.
You feel me? He gonna be one of them ones, man. He's already on top.
Appreciate
Yes,
all
sir.
you guys' help getting me there. That's what I can say.
Hell yeah, yo, do 250 push-ups today in the name of that.
Yes, sir.
All right, and post that shit because yeah, you can show people that you're leading them in the financial space. Show them that you can do it in the discipline space too. You feel me?
Most definitely.
Because I know what's propelling you is your mindset.
Yeah. Most
Flaunt
definitely
that
appreciate
shit.
it.
Yeah, hell yeah, you got this, bro. Who's next?
I'll go.
What's up, Anessa?
Hi, you guys. So good morning. I'm Nessa. I have been an entrepreneur for about 15 years. I just started the credit business this year. But I want to talk about some of my wins. Well, one of my wins. One of my biggest wins has been overcoming imposter syndrome. And what I had to realize, because you said something earlier, you said, you got to find a reason why. I feel like that little piece of advice is almost like top of the food chain, top of the list when it comes to how you're going to propel in business. Because if you don't have a reason why, sometimes you feel like your reason why is you, and sometimes you're not enough to become more than motivated, but be like more so on the discipline end of things. Because motivation doesn't always, push us. Sometimes motivation is not there, so you have to become disciplined. So for me, I had to realize what my why was. I had to realize that there is a part of us that's an entrepreneur that wants to excel, which is like the warrior in you. And then there's the lover and the empath in you. And I was like so mind boggled with the whole idea of like, I don't want to become too rich because I don't want to, lose being humble. I don't want to miss the mark and fall in love with money. I don't want to be overly do it. And then I got to thinking about when God created the earth and he created one tree, he didn't stop at one tree. He created like thousands of them. He didn't stop at one fruit, but he created like thousands of them, right? And so then I had to ask the lover in me, which I get this from Tony Robbins. If you ever listen to him, it's some things about him that I really love. But I got to speaking to the empath and the lover, and I had to ask myself, you want to help people. The lover in you wants to help people, but you can't help people if you're broke.
Yep.
So the idea of being humbly broke is not is not of God, you know. And so I had to overcome the thought because I realized I see people on the side of the road and I'm like, man, I wish I could help them. I wish I could, you know, do something for them, help to change their life. But I can't do that if I'm broke. I can't do that if
100%.
I'm making, you know, just enough to survive. You know what I mean? I can't do that if I'm making just enough. And so my reason why became bigger than just me, and it even became bigger than my family, because sometimes even your family, you're like, oh, they're good, they're well taken care of. But what about the other people in the kingdom of God that God wants us to minister to help, to, you know, to assist, you know what I mean, to speak life into? What about those other people? And so my win is literally breaking through the mindset of I have to stay humble, which I mean, I want to stay humble, don't get me wrong, but being broke is being humble. If I,
Yo, yeah, look, 100%. Let me ask you this. Have you ever looked up the definition of humble?
No, probably not.
Okay, because we throw that word out there. Are you on your phone right now or are you on?
Yes, I'm on my phone.
I want somebody to look
I
up the
was gonna say,
definition
get
of
rid of that
humble.
word. We ain't humble over here.
Yeah, Dr. Tiff, look, here's the thing. The definition of humble literally means to think less of yourself.
Mhm.
It's okay to be humble in the eyes of God, but
Right.
to move like you're to be less important, what gives you no power, right?
Right.
And money, people always think of money as a negative thing, but it's God's power on earth, right? How many hospitals can you build with no money? Exactly
Right.
what you said. How
It's
many
true.
people can you help with no money, right? Like, look, especially that we've been blessed with the capability to make it. And
Yep.
all it is an exchange of our energy. Money is just a way to keep track of the energy we expend, right? If you do it in a positive way, why not have an abundance of it? I have no problem if the pastor's flying around on a jet because he's impacting thousands of lives, right? I have no problem if the doctor is driving a brand new Rolls Royce. Why I gotta tell him to dumb it down? You just saved the freaking hundreds of lives, right? Same thing with what you're doing. If you want to be helping people, right? If you want to help people, you have to empower yourself in every way. And guess what? Even if you were down to zero, if you were to help, like continuously help, money would rain on you. People think that it has to be money that you give. You only are supposed to give what you're most abundant in, right? If you're abundant in time, donate it. Go clean up the roads. If you're abundant in knowledge, teach somebody, right? If you're abundant in artwork and knowing how to draw somebody's portrait and gift it to them, make them feel good. People, it's not always about money. When you give what you're most abundant in, the money will rain on you. I'm gonna tell you something. The moment I stopped looking at my bank account and just started like, yo, who needs help? I'm here, guys. I'm answering your questions. The money's just coming. I'll be straight up. Money's damn near thrown at me. And then I use that to now build up so I can empower more people. Straight up. You got the right vision. You got the right idea. That imposter syndrome is real. It's a real thing where you're like, I got to dumb down my shine so they feel better. Here's the thing. And I almost caught a little bit of flack for it when at the CRC convention. Some girl asked something like that. She's like, how do you remain humble? I grabbed the mic during the panel. I'm like, I'm not. Because here's the thing. Sometimes it takes a shiny object to inspire us. Inspiration literally means in spirit. Okay? So if something caught your eye, if my man Kevin was wearing a fat Rolex with the diamonds in it, and I'm looking at it like, damn, that's fire, right? It might make me want to get ambitious and do something. I remember when I first signed up to a real estate mentor, I was at a convention and the dude that was speaking had a fat pinky ring on. That's all I could see was his fucking pinky ring with the big ass diamond on it. And he's over here talking about flipping houses. I'm like, well, he got a fat pinky ring on. This guy must know something. And then I went and then I signed up, and within 90 days, I made $100,000. Retired my mom, did all that shit. She lives off the properties to this day.
Wow.
Right? But it took that shiny object. Imagine that dude was like, let me have this imposter syndrome and not flash this pinky ring real quick.
Mm.
It wouldn't have caught my attention. So be yourself and be yourself times 10. You feel me? And if somebody feels, here's the thing, if somebody feels less competent because of you shining, good. Because now they can reflect on their own weaknesses and hopefully they start to work on it.
Hey, yo, Patrick, that was me that asked that question at CRC convention. What's up,
Oh, that was
Patrick?
you.
Yes.
Yo, thank you for asking that. Yo, I know you heard. And look, I don't even, because I grabbed the mic so fast, I didn't even know if I understood the question that she was saying,
You
right?
was the first one to answer.
Yo, and then you heard how the crowd kind of reacted like, oh, shit, oh, what?
Yeah.
But that's what I meant, right? And I didn't, and matter of fact, now that I got you, thank God that you're on here. What did you mean by that question? Because you said, how do you maintain humility or something like that, right?
Yeah, so my question was, how do you remain humble in a world that's always trying to kind of like spruce you up? Like they want to worship the ground we walk on sometimes when we get up to your level, Joshua Rico's level. And so how do you remain humble when everyone around you is like, putting pressure on you to I guess be that person, that leader?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you see, yo, I don't be humble because humble means to think less importance of yourself. I get what most people think. Like what humble means is like, how do you not let it go to your head and like, brag and boast. But guess what? Me showing off a little bit, and I don't even show off. I don't even be showing off. But if I were to show off, I might inspire somebody.
You need to.
I'm about to. Listen. Look, what Atiana just said, she said you need to. She gets it. Yo, and Brie, I appreciate you asking that question that day because maybe somebody got what they need. And here's the thing. Ain't nobody putting pressure on you but yourself. You feel me? Ain't nobody putting pressure on you but yourself. So when you see these Ricos and these Patricks and whoever else was on that stage, I don't know about them, but I'm looking at y'all like, damn, you're cool and shit. You're the cool one, guys. You feel me? I wouldn't be who I am without you guys. The way I see it, you guys we're an extension of each other. You're looking in the mirror. And here, once again, you want to be humble. Humble this shit. This is yours shit, guys. This is yours, okay? Yours, 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 yours. That's your name on there, not mine. Who cares about that shit? Yo, Bria, I've been telling that story since that day, right?
Give me my props.
I got to now that I know it was you because I couldn't see. The lights was in my face at the convention. We could barely see who was in there. But look, you don't have to not be yourself. Just be yourself. If you want to be the one that's over here bragging and shit, go brag. Who cares? Who cares? Okay? Look, at the end of the day, if there's a lesson that you end up learning from it, then that's what just had to happen. You feel me? My perspective might change 3 weeks from now. I might go into super flashy mode and then a month later be like, oh, I need to tone it down a bit. It's okay to change your mind. You feel me? But at this moment in time, I invite others to show what's possible. That's what I see about people who shine too much or brag about what they got. They're showing us what's possible. People think that comparison is the thief of joy. I tend to look at it like comparison is the seed of self-development. If I didn't have somebody to compare myself to, how would I know what's possible? So when you guys are comparing yourself to these people who have 1,000 clients and feeling like shit, good, you know what's possible. But I guarantee you, they'll be the first one to tell you, you can do it too. You just have to put in the work like I did. Right? So I appreciate you showing up and saying that, man. That's beautiful. Now I get to have the face with the whole story and the name and all that. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Hell yeah. No, that was a dope ass time. How's your husband doing, by the way?
He's doing good. He actually, my goal was to hit 30K a month and retire him from trucking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm almost there. I didn't hit it yet, but he decided to quit trucking.
Okay.
So I'm glad for that because we need him home, you know.
Good.
We have 2 kids here and we're in a new state, barely any family out here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad he's home now. He's at the gym.
Nice.
And I'm so excited and I'm still gonna reach my goal even though he's not trucking right now.
Oh yeah. You're gonna surpass that shit.
Come on.
It's already happened. Time is just catching up.
That's right.
Everything that you can think of is a possible outcome. You get to choose which one you want. You feel me? Now all you need to do is add emotion to that possible outcome and begin to act on it. Okay. And if you want to fabricate that emotion, I know your man's good with music. Put on some fucking music that hypes you up. You've acquired the emotion, add the action, you'll get that thing. And then you'll wake up, be like, what the fuck? Oh shit, how'd I get here? Straight up.
It's only up from here.
Only up. Always only up.
Thank you.
Of course. Atiana, what's up?
Nah, I just wanted to say, the reason why I said that to you, you should be because you got to practice what you preach. So hear me. We all get like that little that was on our call last week actually. We all get this thing where we don't want to pass up or make anybody feel less than, but we don't realize the sacrifice, the tears, the stress that we actually experience to get where we are. So instead of feeling like we're bragging, we actually have to feel like or know that we're just celebrating our accomplishments. And again, last week they were saying like another man came on there and he made it much clear, in order to be a light or in order to inspire somebody, you have to be the light. So whenever you post and like whatever it is you do, there might be somebody else out there that just signed up to CRC. They see you got this Benz that you wanted, this Rolex, whatever. You actually inspiring them. And so I don't think that we should hold back. I think that we should celebrate our accomplishments. I mean, there is a reason we did it. And I'm not trying to say we want people to worship us and envy us or whatever, but we got to share the light. In order to be a light, we got to inspire somebody. We don't got to have like, a snobby attitude and this, that, and the third, or too good to answer a question, too good, too far up. Like we gotta, be the light. So we have to show this. It's like, there's a reason to inspire people. That's why we're where we are. So that's what I'm just, wanted to put my little spiel in there. Cause I feel the same. Like I feel like I have to shrink myself and put myself in a box based on my family. I pour, and then I find myself stuck at this level because I gave everything instead of giving just like encouragement or what they really need. Like we giving the wrong things to them. Maybe we can give something without even doing or saying something, and it's gonna help them change and just look at you and be inspired. I know when I got with my husband kept saying, like he admired me or I inspired him. At that time, I was going to school, working, doing this, and the third, had my own place, car, whatever. And he was just inspired. I didn't know that I was inspired. I'm like, what's inspiring about this? This is what you're supposed to be doing. Mind you, it's people out here who don't have cars at your age going to school. They just sitting around with nothing on their brain. So you have to be like, an inspiration. And you have to show people what's possible, especially when you got it. Like you got it, flaunt it. You don't gotta brag, boast, but you can be the light.
That's fire. Be the light. Just like she said. So in order to be the light, you got to shine, my people. So don't be scared to shine. Shine bright like a diamond. Sing that shit. Sing that shit like Rihanna if you want to. Look.
It's so hard though because you just be like, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
And it's like, and I get this from you too. This one of the reasons why I felt so connected to you. Because it's like I'm so humble, but I am proud of my accomplishments. I'm super proud, but with your geographic and where you from and stuff like that, people sometimes, they try to hate, or by me buying myself something really nice, something that I'm proud of, and I show it, people feel like, oh, you just trying to flex and stuff like that. But it don't be that. You just genuinely be super proud of yourself. Like I was super, super proud of myself to buy myself a Rolex. I love watches. Okay. I'm a watch girly. But the people around me, like, you're flexing. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's a line that it's like, it's really thin. It's like, no, I'm not flexing. I'm proud of myself. But it's like to the people that's looking out, that's not on the level that you're on, that don't care about stuff like that. They like, that's good. But people who not on your level, they look at it like you're flexing. And we just try to be so humble. I don't know how to get out of that because I'm super humble, but I'm super proud of myself as well.
Yo, here's the thing.
Coach
People
Nina.
always are going to reflect back what they are inside.
Yes,
All
I
you're
was gonna
doing
say,
is
Coach
is, is,
Nina.
is exposing their insecurity.
Yes, that's it
That's it.
right there.
Go
They do
ahead, though.
want it. They just can't get it. So they got to make you feel less than. Keep going to get it. And those just not your people. And that's what you're going to find out along this journey, right? We think everybody is our people because they've been there. They are day ones. They are family. But you're going to realize the bigger you get, the more it's going to expose that people only depended on you for something. And when you stop becoming that dependent person, you're gonna realize that you're gonna have to change your circle. This is gonna have to become your circle because it's not a envious thing. We all want better for each other, and everybody don't want that.
That's straight up, 100%. Like she said, those people are going to be exposed, but guess what? I don't even do business with my best friends, right? I love them to death, but we just don't do business together, right? So, and that's totally fine. If somebody thinks that you're flexing, okay. And you feel me? Meanwhile, they're watching the rap video with the guys flexing and holding the money to their ear and Rolexes and driving the Bentleys and Rolls Royces. They'll sit there and buy the ticket to that guy's concert, but you pop up with a Rolex and they're like, you're flexing. But they want to worship Beyonce.
Patrick, I took my post down and everything when I first bought it. I was so excited. I was so happy. And I took it down because people like my friend, like people that I used to be cool with, because this has been a couple of years ago. I had to like wheel away from them because it's like it be a monitoring spirit. They want to keep
Yeah.
you in this box. They're cool with you as long as you on the level that they're on. And you can't elevate like that because it's like you're gonna keep suppressing yourself because you don't want the people around you to feel away. And that's not a way to live. Life is elevation. You gotta keep elevating and you're gonna lose people. I know that, but it's a unbalance that's like, you know, that's kind of messed up for real.
Yeah, no, let
Yeah.
me tell you, you only lose them if you care.
Y'all look, okay, I'm going through this little season, right, y'all? It's getting really quiet, but um as the season for me is getting quiet, meaning I keep reading and seeing everywhere when I read it that when it's quiet time, that's like your breaking and your elevation time where everybody leaves or everybody got something to say negative or everybody just tripping on you and you like you don't even know what I'm going through. You don't even know if I'm drowning and I'm just quiet trying to work on D&D and you tripping on me, you saying crazy stuff because you don't see me out and about active, but you see me like, you know, just marketing and missioning and everywhere just and it looks like I'm having fun, but I'm actually working, right? So crazy thing is I have all of these pictures, y'all. If y'all go to my Facebook, Instagram, I have all of these pictures from the weekend where I went to the Tax and Business Summit. And it all looks good. But y'all, I was really there for business. Obviously, it's times where you ain't gonna be in the class, so you having fun. But part of the yacht party that I was on was actually a whole business yacht party. It was just some fun after the math, right? So, um, prior to that, I had a ticket that basically was a general admission ticket, right? I wasn't gonna go. I promise you 100% I wasn't going no more. Financially, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I had poured so much into my family that financially it looked real funny for me. And I ain't never like just been at this point where it looked funny. But it was my own fault because I literally gave everything to satisfy my family, right? So I wasn't going no more to this thing. And months prior to that, I kept saying, "Oh, $1,000 ticket, yacht ticket, go fall in my lap, whatever, whatever." But we believe and we have faith. I said it, but honestly, if I be real, you know, a lot of time, most times, I was blessed with a lot of things that I just said with my mouth. But I said it, and then this shit really visited me. $1,000 yacht ticket, and this shit fell in my hand, and so I went and I made sure and other people made sure, and I'm so happy that that person he gives, y'all. He really pours into people. Made sure that I got there in that room. And do you know that when I was in that room, my own sister who didn't talk to me prior, and she's one that I poured into and talked shit after I poured, tried to FaceTime me, and I strongly didn't even answer that call in the middle of the seminar because she seen the access that I had, the videos I was posting. Then fast forward, I met some nice women. I'm hanging with them, posting pictures. My very own best friend starts saying reckless shit to me, like, she said like this post, your homie wide open and you pass the ball to somebody else or something like that. Some weird shit like that.
Oh my
Then
God.
she sends me something else going off on me. How come you didn't send me this ticket? That's weird as fuck. That's this. And I'm like, what did I do? Like, I posted it generally. Like, if you didn't see it, I didn't think to invite you to a tax summit. And she was like, well, I had a business. You know, I was a business owner before. So it's just weird to me. And I'm like, wow, this isn't this season, y'all. And I'm trusting and I'm being obedient. Y'all, my phone don't ring, but nothing but business these days. I don't have nobody. I just have my family to talk to, and I'm grateful for that. But if you say I had a friend or something calling my phone, it's silent as fuck, y'all. I'm
What
not
you talking
talking to
about? We talked
nobody.
the other day.
Nobody, y'all. I have nobody.
Yo, what about me?
Have y'all, but I mean like as family and friends, the ones that's like local to me, I'm like, what's going on? They're just falling off like flies. Like
Yes,
I
yes,
have
yes.
Girl, we are your
All
family. We are
I
family
know y'all
now.
are my family, but the ones who
look.
like been knowing me, it's just like they being weird to me. And I'm
No,
like,
you hold on. You said it right. They've been knowing you. They knew the old you. They don't know the new you. Let them fucking fall off. They're falling off because you're entering a new reality. This reality is not aligned with their ways of thinking. So they have to fall off. That's the exact reason why they're acting that way, why they're saying this shit, because they're not vibrating at the same level you are. So
and
why
what
are
they
you worried about? Don't
right, and what they don't understand is I'm just quiet because I'm like producing, I'm doing all of this, and just because um you couldn't get that access because I'm working.
Hey, hold on.
Because I'm
I'm gonna say
working.
one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Stop mentioning them from now on.
I ain't mentioning them no more. I ain't got nobody to mention them to.
What to us? So you're
Right.
mentioning them up.
This
Yo,
was my
listen, listen
only
to listen,
time.
listen, listen. You're
This is my only
mentioning
time.
them to us, which
This was
means
my
you're.
only time. It was
But
just for
look,
inspiration, okay?
okay, but listen, listen. Get them out of your head, because for you to speak on them means that you're thinking about them, and the way that you're speaking with conviction means that it's been weighing down on you. I know how it is to have family. Fucking, you want them. You've expected things from them, and it weighs on you. It does. It does.
Wait, but my best friend one was new this weekend. It just happened, and I'm like,
Good.
the fuck is
Good.
going on here?
Good, good,
Right.
good. Great.
You're in a revealing season, right? A lot of things are about to be revealed to you because you can't go to your next level if you're holding on to things that was holding you back before. You know what I'm saying? We take best friend and we carry that. You can be I can still be your best friend, but the access you had is not going to be the access that you now have. So you have to stay in this revealing season and just keep your eyes open.
Yeah. And that's coming from Dr. Tiff.
Thank you, Dr. Tiff. Thank
That's
you.
that's
I
coming
just
from
thought it
Dr.
was
Tiff.
crazy. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I ain't saying shit. What
You're
am
doing
I doing?
everything right. You're doing everything right. That's what you're doing. You feel me? If you were doing everything wrong for yourself, then you would still live in that reality. Remember, you cannot walk your new path and your old one at the same time. It just so happens all these people are on your old path. All these people are on your new one, which is why they're all nodding their head when you're speaking and
Hey,
Dr. Tiff
news
says something.
family. I don't even see y'all. Dang, it's a lot of y'all. I just scrolled over.
Yo, listen, but this is what it is. This is what it is. I'm looking at you guys like you're my friends and family. Literally, why I be on here? I don't even be feeling like this is part of anything I do. It doesn't take effort from me to be here. You feel me? It doesn't take anything away from me to be here. I enjoy this shit. Oh shit. What happened? Did my computer just go off or some shit?
It probably froze you on.
Look, man, all I'm gonna say is this. Stop. Look, from now on, we don't mention them, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you something. We've been talking for a while, girl. Okay? We've been talking for a while, and I heard about these people enough.
Yes, I know, but
Okay?
I just had to mention it because, like, what I'm saying is, it's like constant, like having to, like I said, I went to this seminar this weekend, and it's like, am I not allowed to do all of these things for me and my business because the way that people are acting? And I'm like, damn, um, where did y'all come from? I thought I was going on a business trip having fun. How does my business trip affect you?
It's because you're reflecting the weakness in them. But here's once again, like they're not in your reality no more. Just
You outgrew them.
Yeah, do not try to pull them into your reality. You're only going to stagnate your process. I'm gonna tell you that. Your progress is gonna diminish the more you focus over there. That's why I'm being upfront with you right now and telling you, do not mention them anymore because the more you feed into that energy, the more it grows. The monster you feed grows.
You know what? And you just made me realize something too. Okay, I heard you just say, and you just stopped me. You actually just stopped me in my tracks, and I'm happy about that because you just said, you don't do business with your friends. And look at my crazy self. I was like, man, let me go put them on. But um,
You're
I'm
still
happy
young
that you
though.
I'm happy that you said that because honestly, I don't think that I can actually take on that type of energy. I don't want to function in my business with anybody who always has something negative to say. Like it's just negativity. So thank y'all for that anyways. Like y'all made me realize, hell no, I ain't doing no business with no friend. We friends, we ain't business partners.
Yeah, and guess what? Oh, I bet you made a bunch of new friends at that party.
I did. It was
There
like
you
we've been
go.
knowing each other for years.
You
Like
know
deep.
why? You know why? Because you have all the same things in common. You have
Yes,
known them for years.
and they live in Houston.
Yo, let me tell you something. So forget about the old ones, man. Look, forget about that shit. It'll give it 6 months to a year of you consistently not thinking about them, and they'll be the past. You'll almost start to feel bad for them instead of feeling bad for yourself that you ain't bringing them with you. You must be like, damn, they had that's how I see it. Damn, they had the opportunity to fuck with me and they didn't take it. Feel bad for them, but hey, that don't mean I'm gonna go save their ass. They had the hammer, they had the wood, they had everything to build the house, but they ain't want to swing the hammer. They wanted you to come and swing that shit.
Man, you so right. Cause look, my sister was talking about tax prep, right? I turned her on to my mentor free. My mentor let her in there free. Do you think that she took the ball? She didn't. So that made me realize that you don't really want it.
Yo, listen, most people don't. Most people don't because it's scary and shit. This shit is not easy. That's why we're the 1%. This shit ain't easy. But guess what? Neither is fucking somebody telling you, hey, wake up. Hey, be over here at this time. Hey, go ahead and take lunch now. You feel me? So look, forget about them. Forget about them. Look, you're on some new shit, brand new shit. You already done set your standard high enough to where you don't even let somebody in business fuck with you. Keep that same standard. Watch.
So right, man.
I'm telling you, man. Look, I've been there. That's why I say, look, I've been there. But here's the difference, Atiana. I spent about 8 years of my life that I don't want to say I wasted, but I slowed down my progress by 7 years because I was doing just that. And I was like, but damn, maybe now they'll change. And here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you the future right now. They're gonna be like, yo, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Can we meet up? Can we talk about this? And then you'll be like, yeah, I want to do that. Here, do this tax prep thing, and then let me set you up with this. And then they're gonna be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the next thing you know, you're gonna be like, yo, where you at? We're supposed to meet. They'll be like, oh, hold on, I got to do this thing real quick. Let's do it up for tomorrow. Or matter of fact, tomorrow, oh, let's set it up for next week. Now you're prolonging your progression because you're over here.
Right.
It's probably happening already.
Oh hell no, not yet. But not
Oh, it's coming.
not at all.
It's coming. Watch. The same person that was talking shit was gonna be hitting you up and saying, yo, I'm ready now. I'm ready. And this is where you say, here's my mentor's number that helped me with the taxes. Call them up. You feel me? Or here's my credit guy's mentor. Hit him up. I paid him fucking 5K, right? Go do the same. You feel me? If you're ready, oh, you said you're ready, right? When I was ready, that's what I did. Yo, but be real with yourself. So when they come to you, you're gonna be faced with that decision. Do I now go back into pouring into them, or do I let them do it for themselves? Watch. It's gonna happen.
And remember that before you allow people to pour and pull from you for free, now you've added value to yourself. Yesterday's price is not today. Now to deal with them people after they played you, now it's the price tag attached to it.
Yup. And I'm gonna tell you something. If they ain't got it, you ain't fucking with them. And then, yo, sometimes they'll be the person that do got it, and you still don't want to fuck with them.
They tend to not, you're right. You know how you just said, oh, they go to that concert, but then you got a price on yours and they expecting it to be free. But you just paid Usher. You just paid Beyonce. Why you
Yeah.
can't pay me?
Yeah, listen, don't even worry about that. Look, there's a new Atiana in the building, and she don't fuck around. And it don't matter
I'm
what she's doing.
I'm crying, my tears are drying up here.
Hey, listen, man, enough of that shit. Because look, the greatest tool the devil possesses is distraction. Not fucking coming through and throwing a fireball at your ass. The tool that's most powerful for the devil is distraction. Think about it. If you're not focused on your self-development and he can take you away through distraction, he won. He won. It's not evil that comes into your life and your whole life is falling apart. All he's got to do is take your attention away from that to that. And that's it. Next thing you know, your whole life is done. You'll fall into a hypnotic loop where your life becomes a rhythm of the same circle, the same circumstances, the same feeling, the same emotion, the same relationship, the same life every single day because it became a rhythm, which then you wake up to. And you're like, what the fuck? The same shit keeps happening over and over. It's a hypnotic loop you fell into. Create a new loop with new habits, new relationships, new thoughts, new environments, new money, new everything.
Can I ask a question really fast?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, like I'm pretty sure all of us have our own story. I feel like I have a really True, can you turn it down for me, please, baby? Sorry, I got a toddler in the background. So my problem is I used to be like the damsel in distress friend. Like I used to be the friend that always was suffering. I had a sick child, had a bone marrow transplant, all the things, right? And so I was struggling. I was poor a lot of the time, and I felt like my friends were there for me. Like I felt like I had a support system when I was at my lowest.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is. I'm building my life back. My mindset is changing. I'm no longer the damsel in distress. I'm actually the friend who's trying to put, my friends on and stuff like that. And I'm hearing like crickets chirping and I can feel the distance and I don't know exactly what I'm feeling, but I know I feel something, some type of like friction,
Mm-hmm.
And so, I want to take on the thought of like, let them go, get you some new friends, do all that. But then the loyal part of me feels like, dang, they were there for you when you were at your lowest. So how do you overcome like the thoughts of holding on to people when they only really seem like they wanted to be the hero in your story, and they were the hero at the time. And
Right.
so you have loyalty to that, but like, how do you just proceed with like, oh well, okay,
Let,
F you
let me
then,
ask you this. What are you trying to contribute back to them?
I'm
Opportunity?
trying to, well, they're, yeah, inclusivity, yeah, because I see them struggling. I see that, they need help, and I see that they're struggling financially, single moms, stuff like that. And I'm trying to be like, hey, let's do this, let's do that, and
Yeah.
it's,
But look, here's the thing. Yeah, they were there for you, right? You could be there for them too, but the way that you want to be there for them.
yeah,
You feel me? I had people too, like when I was laid up for years, and I was stuck in bed. I had people helping me out too. But don't forget, sometimes the best help for some people is no help. You have to look at their overall circumstance. Did they put themselves there? See, your situation might be way different from theirs. Maybe you
yeah,
you you were dealing with something that it was way beyond your control, and they were there for you.
right,
Think about it, okay? They might be in a situation that they put themselves there through their actions, right? So
yeah,
now, are you going to step in and help them, or are you stepping in and actually hurting them in the long run by helping them, right? I'm telling you, you can look if something detrimental happened and something happened with the family or something. Hey, yeah, be there for them the same way they were there for you and they helped you and emotionally or whatever. But when it comes to other shit, you don't have to put nobody on. And you do not have to fake help because you know what it feels like when you don't want to help somebody, but you do it anyway, right? At that point, you now betrayed yourself. And when you betray yourself, you instill into your subconscious, I lied to myself. I'm not worth myself. I'm not worth this level of myself. You feel me? Like, would you accept lying and cheating and mistrust from somebody else? Right? So you shouldn't accept it from yourself. So you're lying to yourself. You're mistreating yourself when you help and you really don't want to. I don't care. I don't look. When I help people, I do it 100%. You know it's from the heart. If I don't do something, you also know it's from the heart. Right? And I will not betray myself because the moment you do, you lose authenticity. And authenticity is the highest vibrating frequency you can be at. You feel me? So you
Can
have to
I
remain true to yourself. What's
I
up,
was
Dr.
gonna
T?
say, can I ask you a question? Because and it's just something that I had to ask myself. How much do you feel like you owe them, right? Because I kept showing up and kept showing up and kept showing up and kept
That's
showing up, and I
fire.
think I paid my debt, but I kept showing up because I felt like I owed them because they was there for me when I needed them.
yes, that's exactly how I feel. Like going all the way back to childhood, my older siblings, taking me in when I ran away from home, all the things, and I feel like I just keep giving and keep giving and keep giving and keep giving. Now I'm starting to feel used. Now I'm just like, okay, but I never thought of it like,
That's fire.
where is the limit? Like where do I feel like, okay, I pay my dues?
You
That's a
really just
fire
you
question.
gotta cut them off because I'm gonna tell you the same thing happened to me. One of my closest friends and a cousin too. My friend, I broke my leg. She was the one taking me to all my doctor visits when no family doing it and stuff like that. But she used that to her advantage because I still was showing up for her, doing everything that she needed done as well. But sometimes people will use what they done for you over your head. And me, I'm the type of person, I don't count favors. I'ma just do because that's my personality. You get what I'm saying? But you can't let people use you up like that because people will take your kindness for weakness. And you have to know when to walk away from that relationship. It don't matter who they are to you because they're only gonna keep you down and always make you feel bad. No, I'm not. You have to just say no. I'm not gonna do this no more.
Yeah, that was a fire perspective. How much you feel that you owe? Listen,
Yeah.
I've been there, and look, at the end of the day, you owe what only you feel you owe. And don't let it go back in time. Because I'll tell you what, the moment that you start betraying yourself, that's when you know, huh, I don't owe you that much, people. You feel me? So that's why it's like if you don't feel like really doing it, then don't do it. Because if you felt like you owed and you did it, you'd be feeling good about it, right? Like I was there for them the way they were there for me. You're feeling good about it. But if you're feeling like shit about it, that means you really shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? That was dope, Dr. Tiff. I don't feel like I owe anybody shit but the best version of myself, right? And so that, and look, that can be different manners. The best version of myself might be like, yo, bro, oh, you fell down? Pick yourself
Squats
back up.
every
Stop
day
being a
from now
bitch,
on. Then in
right?
a month, you will
The
have
next the next person might be like, oh, you fell down. Yo, hold on, let me help pick you up. Let me throw you on my back. I'll take you to the house. It depends on the scenario. You feel me? So don't if you're feeling guilty for not doing it, I always say, you take a good look, like Dr. Tiff said, you know, ask how much you really think you owe them. But I don't know, you really have to pay attention to yourself because the fact that you even bring it up means that you don't want to do the shit.
So, Patrick, can I say something?
What's up, Jazz?
Hey.
Say what you
So,
want.
this morning when you guys said you can't be everyone's savior without a savior, I actually made a post on Facebook and I quoted that. Shortly after I made that post, I know like a lot of people on here don't know me, but you do. So I lost my mom when I was 15 years old and my brother was 16. So it's like throughout life, I've always been like always trying to make sure that I've been there for my brother. But it's like the more I save my brother, the more my brother like put me in messed up situations. I've done everything for him, from letting him live with me to actually paying a deposit on the apartment for him to paying his rent. Like I have done everything I could. And it was mainly because I felt like, I owed it to my mom. I felt like, she didn't live a long life. She passed when she was 38 years old. So I was always like, she dedicated her life to raising us and taking care of us. And the one thing that she said was to always stick together when she's no longer here. So I always felt like that I owed it to her. After I made the post this morning, I get a text message where my brother is asking, he has my number. Keep in mind, he has money to call because I put the money there. Instead of him calling me directly, because at this point he knows that like I've given too much, I don't have anything else to give him. He had someone else text me and ask me to pay for him an attorney. But when I tried to help him last year, whenever he wasn't in jail, he, wanted to run around. He wanted to do everything that he wanted to do, and he was not focused on keeping himself out of trouble. So now it's like now you got yourself back in trouble, and now you're having somebody else contact me in order to ask me to pay for an attorney. But I'm to the point to where I'm like, at first I feel like I owed it to my mom, but now I feel like I owe more to my mom for me to be the best version of myself that I can be, because obviously he's not doing it.
Straight up. Straight up. She reached her point. Y'all hear what she's saying? Is like, look, and Jazz, what do you think is the best help for him right now?
I've already decided that the best help is no help because I've done everything. And, I thought about it when he went to jail, me knowing that he was facing 25 years, went on the run, caught more cases. So it's like now, you're in a lose-lose situation at this point. You sat in jail for over a year and they would not go down off of that 25. You got out on bail and took off and now caught more charges. And, I decided like, what else can I do for you? What else can I do? I've treated you, you're a year older than me, but I've treated you like you're my oldest child. I had a child at 15. So I treated him like he was my child that entire time. And it's nothing else I can do for you at this point.
Yeah, and imagine you put your house on the line to bail him out that time and did all that, right? That's the thing, like, and man, you went above and beyond. So think about it. Right now, like you said, no help is the best help. Any help, sometimes when you help people too much, you start receiving some of their karma. You feel me? Like I always say, slime sticks. If somebody's in a slimy situation, careful about helping somebody in a slimy situation. You will receive some of their karma. That slime gonna stick all over you. And guess what? Now is both of y'all needing the help. And then the other motherfuckers walking away and shit, feeling better. Happens all the time.
That's crazy that y'all talking about that. My brother, he's in there, repeat offender, don't listen to nobody, and don't want to grow up from what the past looked like. And so, the other, maybe that was yesterday or something. I've been having this random number calling me, but I answer numbers, but when I'm with my family or something like that and it's cutoff time, I don't answer. And it was cutoff time. So I'm like, okay, I'll return this call. But by that time, they already texted and told me who they were. And it's this guy, I guess, from jail. They got a phone talking about, hey, your brother said, can you send him something for his birthday? I ignored it. But prior to that, they called and he was like, this such and such. And I guess he got a new little nickname or whatever. And I was like, what? Who? And he was like, I guess your brother Tony, he asked if you could send him some money. I said, no. And I was like, is there anything else you need? He was like, all right. I said, okay, well, have a good day. Bye. And then so I get text and he was like, he said something like, "When this is my brother, when he don't get what he want, he start talking reckless, right?" He said something crazy, and I was like, "Call your mom, cause I'm not her."
Mm, yeah, straight up. Yeah, you know what? I don't even I, I don't even face these situations no more. Because what happens is the more that you cut that shit out of your life, the more it doesn't exist in your life no more. You can spot it from a mile away, even starting to begin. And then the way that you respond, the people already could feel like, I can't get over. Let me not even try. I don't deal with these situations no more. If I help somebody and I get fucked over, hey, guess what? It's because I didn't expect shit from them in the beginning anyway. I did it from the heart. So I'm cool. You fucked me over. Hey, I did what I was supposed to do. You feel
You
me?
you sound like my grandpa. So I was on the phone with my grandpa. He was like, "Sweetheart, you just so like me." But he said, "It take only one time for." He was like, I know you so giving, but it just take one time. Only give the one time to burn you, and that's it." And my grandpa, he a Jehovah Witness, and I was talking to him. He was like, they just got one time. He was like, your dad, when he was a teenager, he had one time when he was like a 19. Yeah, I bought him a car. He had one time to mess over me, and he can't ask me for nothing again. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to start being like my grandpa.
Yo, that's it. That's it. And then guess what? They won't even have the chance to do one time anymore because nobody could get over on me. If they did, hey, I didn't expect shit from them anyway. You feel me? Only in expectation can you feel you got taken advantage of.
Yes. Can I add something? And it's so funny. I feel like we all going through the same thing. My little sister was out here clowning and shooting at people and getting arrested. And she told one of my officer friends, I can do whatever I want to because I know my sister coming to save me. So people are out here acting a certain type of way because they know you coming to their rescue. The best
Wow.
thing you could do is stop showing up.
Look at that.
Yes.
Attend your own rescue because then it'll mean something to you.
That's huge. That goes back into
Yeah.
the fact that sometimes you're delaying somebody's progress by helping them. The fact that they know that you're going to help them slows down their progression in life. That's why you cannot feel guilty when you don't want to help somebody. Because you in the back of your mind, you have to know I am helping them by not helping them. What's up, Jazz?
Yeah, like what she just said with her sister, my brother, when I said I helped him get an apartment and his roommate called me and he's like, I know I told you I paid up the rent, for 3 months, but your brother came in here trying to fight me. He wanted his half of the rent money back for the next few months. And I told him that I was gonna give him the money back, but he better have his money every month on the first. And he keeps saying he's gonna have the money. And he's like, so I'm just letting you know and I'm warning you that he's gonna call you and he's going to ask you for this money. So when it came time, sure enough, my brother called me and I'm like, well, I thought the rent was already paid up, for 3 months. Like, what happened? And he's like, man, I don't know, Jazz. I don't know what he did with our money. I don't know what happened to it. So I called him out on it. And I said, I know what happened to it. A couple weeks ago, you went in his room, you tried to fight him. You told him you wanted him to reimburse you for the next 3 months of rent money that he had already paid. He told you he would give you the money back and you was gonna have to have your money on the first. So the guy changed the locks and all of that. Then my brother called me, and at that time my brother was in Texas, I was in Arizona. And he's like, well, I didn't think that it was gonna happen like this. And I said, well, that's what happens when you're not responsible, when you don't pay your bills, and when you feel like you're just gonna call somebody else when you got yourself in a shithole.
Yeah, man. Vampires, People don't think that vampires exist. They do, but they don't suck blood. They suck your energy. Okay? They're called psychic vampires, people. These people will invade your mind. They'll have you feeling guilty. They'll invade your life. They'll invade your bank account. They'll invade your entire fucking reality if you let them.
And waste your time.
My man Reggie, they'll waste your time. Yo, bro, you've been on this planet sometimes before, okay? Because you're a wise cat for your 18 years. Either that or you did a lot of fucking up in your life, in your short life so far, bro. Because, that's right. They'll waste your time. And that's one thing we can't get back, my people. Listen, I could be here all day with y'all, but we got shit to fucking accomplish, don't we? Damn right we do. Listen, y'all, go get your fucking clients. Go get your mind right. Go get your bodies right. Make sure your relationships are right. Get in touch with yourself. Go talk to yourself. I'm about to go talk to myself in the mirror for like 5 minutes. Just have a nice conversation with myself. Do y'all ever do that? I don't know. I might be fucking crazy. Ann does. She's like, yeah, I do that shit. Look, do that shit because, look, don't be scared to have moments of solitude. Only in solitude can you reacquaint yourself with yourself. Okay? Solitude means in presence of your soul, people. So invite that shit. When you have time to yourself, don't feel like you got to busy yourself. Take that time, take that moment, reflect on your life, talk to yourself, hype yourself up, call yourself out on your weaknesses, and be fucking great. Let's fucking go, people. Listen, I love y'all. Anything you need, hit me up. Superstar Ann is in the building at all times, too. Let me know if y'all need anything. I'm here.
Patrick,
I
before
appreciate you.
Patrick, before we can I call you right quick?
Call me.
Okay, all
See
right.
y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Peace, peace.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Have a good
guys.
one. Thank you again.
Thank you, Reggie. Yep. Take care.